Hi there, my name's Georgia. I'm from the Motor Skills Lab at the University of British Columbia, and I'm going to be presenting our research looking at the effects of a partner on learning. Contextual interference shows robust practice order effects. Random practice of different skills aids learning, not short-term practice, compared to blocked practice. In this study, we asked whether partners can engender between-trial interference to aid learning. A few studies are relevant to this question and the choice of methods in our study. Simon and Bjork, based on some work by Timley and colleagues, proposed that practicing with a partner and alternating turns has the potential to bring in beneficial inter-trial interference to practice, in the case of blocked practice with a partner. They had previously shown that demonstrations which matched an upcoming trial in a timed sequence learning task, that is, the same sequence, decreased random practice benefits usually seen in retention, whereas demonstrations which mismatched an upcoming trial, that is, a different skill, enhanced blocked practice in retention. However, in a study involving putting with two different putters, one standing, one sitting, we were unable to replicate this effect when partners served as the matched or mismatched models. There are a number of reasons for the lack of differences between groups, potentially related to the inherent difficulty of the task in comparison to timing tasks. We therefore switched to sequenced timing tasks performed with a partner. In one study, partners influenced the practice choices of their partner, so that partners chose to switch more when paired with random scheduled partners than blocked partners, and there was evidence that the amount of matching was negatively correlated with performance on no feedback retention tests, at least for the blocked groups. Therefore, the aim of this current study was to determine if blocked practice can be enhanced by a mismatched partner. At the top of the slide, we have the procedures across the 2 days. Directly below, you'll see our 3 groups, and illustrated on the right-hand side of the slide is the setup for acquisition with the key press sequences shown below. All participants in this study practiced 3 key press sequences with different timing goals, and all groups practiced in a blocked fashion, 30 trials of each sequence before switching. In terms of procedures, at the top of the screen, there were 2 days of testing. Day 1 consisted of familiarization and the pretest, which were conducted individually, followed by acquisition, which was conducted in pairs. Day 2 was conducted individually and involved retention testing, both random and blocked, first without, then with feedback. The experiment was conducted over 2 days to allow for a 24-hour retention test. If we look at our groups, Group 1 practiced in a matched fashion, so Partner 1 and Partner 2 practiced the same pattern at the same time. Note that the partners are therefore watching their partner and then practicing the same pattern on their next turn, so there is low between-partner contextual interference. Group 2 practiced in a mismatched fashion, so Partner 1 may have been practicing a 900 millisecond sequence, while Partner 2 practiced a 1500 millisecond sequence, so there is the potential for between-partner contextual interference there. Group 3 was the alone group who acted as a control. While conducting data analysis, 3 participants from Group 3 were excluded as they were extreme outliers. On the left of the slide here, you'll see our acquisition data. On the x-axis, we have the acquisition blocks, 9 blocks of 10 trials. On the y-axis, we have percentage movement time error. The matched group is in blue, the mismatched is shown in orange, and the alone is shown in grey. What you can see is the matched group has lower movement time errors than the other 2 groups throughout practice. The retention data is shown for the random condition on the right of the screen for no KR and KR retention tests. The first thing to note is that despite the lower errors for the matched group in acquisition, there were no group differences in retention between the matched and mismatched groups based on contrast analysis. Second, there was a trend for the alone group to do worse than both pair groups, but this was not statistically significant. Practice of different skills between trials by a partner did not aid learning relative to matching. The matched group had the lowest errors in acquisition, but this easier practice did not degrade learning. The mismatched group did not do worse than the alone group in acquisition. This suggests that the mismatched conditions did not interfere with the partner's performance. Hence, it may be that more interference is necessary to bring about between partner interference, Rather than merely practicing different skills in a blocked fashion by the partner, as was the case here, it may be that practice of different skills in a random fashion is needed. Practice in pairs showed a trend to be better than alone in retention. This could be due to observational benefits of watching a learning model, the contextual benefits from between trial interference, or the motivational benefits from increased interest when practicing in a pair. Thank you for listening to my presentation.